Today, we're going to explore a thinking tool that comes to us all the way from ancient Athens. Now, it's not designed to give you answers. Its real job is to test the very foundations of what you believe to be true.
Take a second, really think about it. Is it something about morality? About politics? Maybe it's about your own identity. You know, we all have these core ideas that feel as solid as rock. But what if they aren't?
And here's the paradox of it all. The less we challenge a belief, the more certain we feel about it. It's a comfortable but really dangerous mental trap. And there was one philosopher who made it his life's mission to spring it.
That philosopher, of course, was Socrates. And he wasn't feared because he had all the answers, but because he asked all the uncomfortable questions. His method is probably best seen in a conversation he had with a very, very confident young man.
This young man, Euthydemus, he pretty much represents all of us in those moments when we're just absolutely sure we're right. He had a clear, simple definition in his mind for a hugely complex idea: justice. And Socrates decided to gently but firmly probe that certainty.
So Socrates starts with a really simple premise, something Euthydemus can easily agree with. I mean, it seems obvious, right? Lying and stealing, yeah, they're clear examples of injustice.
And just like that, Euthydemus states his belief as an absolute fact. His foundation is set, and now Socrates begins to test it.
But then Socrates immediately complicates things. He introduces a new context, a situation where the unjust act of deception might actually be seen as strategic or maybe even a good thing. And all of a sudden, that simple rule doesn't work so well anymore.
So Euthydemus has to adjust. His simple belief now has a condition attached to it. He creates a new rule. The morality of an action depends entirely on who it's directed at. He probably feels like he's solved the problem, but Socrates isn't finished.
This next question is the final blow. Here, a lie is told to friends, to allies, but for a noble purpose, to save their lives or to win a battle. According to the brand new rule Euthydemus just created, this action should be unjust. But is it?
And this is the whole point of the method. Euthydemus is left speechless, his certainty completely shattered. The goal was never to humiliate him, but to help him see that the belief he held so strongly was actually incredibly fragile. And only now, in this moment, is he ready to truly learn.
Now, this whole process of questioning might seem destructive, but Socrates saw it very differently. He wasn't tearing down ideas. He was helping to deliver stronger, healthier ones into the world.
This is just a brilliant metaphor. Think about it. A midwife doesn't create a baby. She just helps bring it forth. In the same way, Socrates believed his questions didn't insert knowledge into someone, but instead helped the other person give birth to their own wisdom and discover their own unexamined assumptions.
So at its core, that's really what this method is. It's not about winning a debate, it's a cooperative search for truth, using questions as the primary tool to dig beneath the surface of our own thoughts.
And the process itself is pretty straightforward. You start with a core belief. Then you probe it with questions and what-if scenarios until you start to reveal hidden flaws or contradictions. From there, you can either refine the belief to make it stronger, or maybe you discard it entirely. Either way, you're building a stronger understanding.
And listen, this isn't just some ancient philosophical exercise. The Socratic Method has been a cornerstone of critical thinking for centuries. In the Renaissance, it was used to teach clinical medicine. After the Reformation, it was adapted to tackle tough questions of faith. In the 19th century, it became essential to American legal education. And today, it's still employed by the Supreme Court to test laws.
But asking these kinds of deep, challenging questions, especially when they're aimed at society's core beliefs, well, that can be incredibly dangerous. It often carries a very high price.
Back in his time, many powerful Athenians saw Socrates not as a teacher, but as a public menace. And why? Because a population that questions its own assumptions is a lot harder to control. His inquiries just felt subversive.
These were the official charges against him. He was accused of corrupting the youth, of refusing to recognize the gods, of spreading subversive ideas. But in reality, he was just teaching people how to think, not what to think. And for the establishment, that was even more threatening.
And that was the ultimate consequence. The founder of Western philosophy was executed by his own democracy for the crime of encouraging critical thought. It's a pretty stark reminder of how fiercely we often resist having our certainties challenged.
So Socrates paid the ultimate price, but he would argue there's an even greater cost that we all risk paying.
The real tragedy isn't the discomfort of finding a flaw in our logic. No, the real tragedy is going through life clinging to a flawed belief and never knowing any better.
You don't have to put your beliefs on trial for their life, but you can borrow Socrates' tools. Your thinking can change. It all begins with one